Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Rahaf. We know that so many people hate their lives, but they don't know why. And then they want to change it, but they don't know how. You can actually change your life by reprogramming your subconscious mind. So first we need to understand what is this subconscious mind. Our brains work subconsciously and consciously at the same time. So what's the difference between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind? The conscious mind is the mind of thinking. So when you think, you are using your conscious mind. But the subconscious mind is the mind of habits and memories. There's another video that I talked about the subconscious mind, and if you know nothing about the subconscious mind, then I think you should watch that video first and then come to watch this one, because you need to understand what is the subconscious mind and how it works so that you can learn how to reprogram it. So today in this video we are going to talk about reprogramming the subconscious mind. Now the subconscious mind has all the beliefs and thoughts and emotions stored in it throughout the years, and especially the first 7 years of our lives, when we were kids, because the subconscious was more in control at that phase. As the subconscious mind has all the beliefs, thoughts, and emotions, and as we live our lives by them, then that means that our subconscious mind controls our life. And it means that reprogramming our subconscious mind means recreating our life. Now the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that are stored in our subconscious mind that normally come from religion, education, what our parents teach us when we're kids, or what we learn by observing others, by observing first our parents and observing the environment around us. And so all of that makes us who we are. And who we are reflects on our life. And so it creates a life that looks like us. And so in order to change our life, we need to change who we are. And in order to change who we are, we need to change our thoughts. So we're going backwards. To change our life, we need to go back to the base, which is our subconscious mind, that has all the beliefs and thoughts and the emotions that are linked to those thoughts. Because that emotion helped that thought to become a belief. Because if there's no emotion linked to the thought, then the thought would make no sense to us. Like for example, I have a thought that says that I am unsocial. But if I have no feeling or emotion linked to that thought, I'll be confused. So it just makes no sense. And therefore, that thought is not going to be existed in your brain in the first place, because it has no proof to make you believe in it. But let's say that you were with a group of people and everyone was having a conversation and enjoying their times, but you, because maybe you were shy, or maybe you were afraid that you would say something wrong and everyone is going to laugh and you're going to embarrass yourself, all those negative emotions. But now because you have experienced all those emotions, you have a proof that creates a belief to support the thought of you being unsocial. So now this thought is stored in your subconscious mind, and it's going to influence your whole life. Like after that, you're gonna live your life avoiding being around people. And so you created your own personality by that thought, and it's going to make you make decisions according to it. This is just one example. Imagine all the negative thoughts that you have in your brain, and they are influencing your life in a way or another. Now we are living 95% of our lives unconsciously, and only 5% of our lives consciously. That's why our thoughts are so important. And that's why we need to be aware of them, because they're basically creating our life. If those thoughts are stored in the subconscious and our subconscious is controlling 95% of our lives, it means they are creating our lives. But the good news is that we get to choose our thoughts, and we can change them. Like you can delete, replace, or add thoughts. Now, if you want to store a thought in your subconscious mind, you need to believe in it. And to believe in it, you need to have an emotion linked to it. And now you will learn how to do that and program your subconscious mind. Now, what to do to reprogram our subconscious mind and replace the wrong thoughts and beliefs with ones that can help us have the life that we want. Number one, be conscious of the unconsciousness. So as we mentioned before, that we live our lives by habits. So we're not aware of what we're doing most of the times. And so in order to be aware, we need to start thinking. And that means being conscious of how we feel and how we behave and why. Only then you'll understand that your life is a reflection of your thoughts. So now, after being conscious, we're now aware of ourselves, our emotions, and our behaviors. So now the next thing to do, which takes us to the next step, use your conscious mind to change your subconscious. So our subconscious mind stores the thoughts that are coming from the conscious mind. So that's why we need to use our conscious mind to create thoughts that later will be stored in the subconscious mind. Because our conscious mind is the one that gives orders. Let's take an example. Think about a situation that makes you feel a certain way because of a thought in your mind. Like, for example, you want to make speech in front of so many people, but just by imagining that, it makes you feel anxious and afraid because you have this thought that says that you are not good enough or you don't have enough confidence in yourself because you had similar experiences before when you felt uncomfortable being around people. Like, it doesn't have to be the same experience, right? This might be your first time making a speech. And so every time you are around people, you are gonna experience the same emotions and your mind is going to tell you the same story, right? Now, what you have to do to change that thought is you have to be conscious about it. And it means that you should think consciously about it. So now you're conscious about the thought. Now tell yourself that not every thought that you have in your brain must be right. Now, because you said that to yourself, you have created doubts around that thought. You're thinking, you're using your conscious mind to try to change this negative thought. Now create another positive thought. When you tell yourself that you are good at making speeches, now try to come up with some proofs to help support the new positive thought that you are creating. And it's to see yourself capable of making speeches. And there are so many reasons that you can tell yourself that can help you believe in that thought. And when you think consciously, you must come up with some logical reasons. Like, for example, nobody's perfect. So when you know this fact, this is gonna make you feel more confident. And when you know that everyone makes mistakes, you're gonna make a mistake and not feel so bad about it. So try to think positively about stuff and not overthink things. Don't think that everyone is so perfect and you are there and you're gonna make mistakes and everyone, is gonna laugh at you or whatever. We're all the same, we're all experiencing the same feelings and emotions. Like, you can tell yourself so many reasons that can make you help support the positive thought. So now you have consciously, meaning using your conscious, created a positive thought. But it's still not enough because you still need to believe in that thought, which leads to the next step, and it's believing in your thought. Now, in order to believe in a thought, you need an emotion to help support the thought. How to do that? The answer is so easy. By imagination. Now, imagination is so powerful. Now, let's use the last example to explain this. Now, imagine yourself making a speech in front of so many people. Try to imagine every detail. Imagine yourself standing on the stage, smiling, walking with confidence. Your speech is so perfect and everyone is loving what you're saying. Like, try to experience all the good and positive emotions. Now, repeat that imagination until it feels real, because your mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. Now, every time someone will come to you and talk about making a speech, the picture that you created in your imagination is gonna come to your mind because you got so used to it that it became real. It felt real. And because you experienced all those positive emotions in your imagination, you are supporting the positive thought that you have created. But you still need to experience that in real life because now your body needs to adapt to that situation. Your mind and your body together need to be present in the situation to create an experience that later will be stored in the subconscious mind. So now when you are on stage, what you have imagined is what's going to happen because you repeated that imagination so many times that you can't think of it any other way. Like, you're seeing yourself, that person, in the imagination that you created. So this is what you're gonna be thinking about. So that's why you're gonna act like it. Now you believe in it. And because you believe in it, you're gonna live your life according to this thought. Now, after trying this for the first time in real life, it might not be so perfect in the first time, and this is so normal. You might not be fully comfortable because now it still needs one more thing, which takes us to the next step. And it's repetition. Now, because the subconscious mind is the mind of habits, you need to keep thinking of the thought that you have just created and then repeat the behavior with all the feelings that are coming along with that behavior to support that thought. Like, repeat the whole experience over and over again. And gradually you'll become better at what you're doing. You know, the more you do something, the better you become at it. And now, because repetition creates habits, this behavior, you know, you being confident or whatever the thought that you are trying to create, it's gonna become a habit in your subconscious mind. It's gonna become a habit to think this way. It's gonna become a habit to behave that way. You know what I mean? So what you did is that you created a thought using your conscious mind, and then you supported that thought with emotions that you linked to that thought, and then you believed in it. And because you believed in that thought, now you are living by it. And by living by that thought, you are supporting that thought even more. So the thought now is stored in your subconscious mind, and now it's all you know. So now you're unconsciously and without making effort behaving according to that thought. So now repeat the same process with all the thoughts that you want to change, and here you go. You have reprogrammed your subconscious mind and you are becoming who you want to become and achieving what you want to achieve. This is how you reprogram your subconscious mind. Everything begins from within, from you wanting something so bad and from making decisions. The decision to change the thought and the decision to believe in it. And then anything after that goes smoothly. How about telling me in the comments below about the thoughts that have big impact on your lives? Maybe sometimes because one positive thought we do what we do, or because of one negative thought we do what we do. So I'd like to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.